So for today's episode, as we continue to admit people on, I want to encourage you to get extremely intentional for April. Yes, Verge, do better than March. The only person you're competing against is yourself. The best project you'll ever work on is you. How can you push and surpass your limits today, tomorrow, this coming week, the following week after, all the way through this month? Start to get intentional. Yes, you versus you. Who's excited for NOLA? Angela, congratulations on qualifying for the Bahamas. I just saw that. Who's next? All right, so last episode on Fire Hour. Yes, another 90-day run. Last episode on Fire Hour, we covered the 90-day run. All right. And if you don't have the steps, I'm just going to read it out real quick. This is for everyone who's brand new. Step one is decide to give the 90-day run your 100%. Step two is to commit, right? Commit to a date, a start date that you're going to run. If you've already started, then that's excellent. That's perfect, right? But if you haven't and this is brand new to you, then decide. Talk to your leader, talk to your sponsor, talk to your support team, talk to someone, your partner, your running partner. Talk to them. Ask them, what is the 90-day run, right? Watch the last episode. Learn and then commit. Number three is share with your family, share with your loved ones, share with the people that are closest to you, the ones that will be affected by your decision to do a 90-day run. That effect can be positive and negative. It could be both, right? It's up to you to decide on how that affects them. So negotiate with them, share with them your goals, your dreams, your visions, your intention for the 90-day run. Step number four is schedule, right? Choose a minimum amount of hours per day that you're going to work your business, that you're going to commit to the 90-day run. It could be 30 minutes if you have 30 minutes. It could be 10 minutes if you have 10 minutes. You deserve it, Angela. You earned it. Congratulations. Yes, get your entire team on. Yeah. The more the merrier. Angela says we re-ranked last month to 200K. Congratulations. Rebuilding, literally. Remember, your business is always either growing or dying. There's never anything in between. So no matter what, always continue to keep pushing, keep moving the needle forward. So number five is clear the decks, right? Is to create space, remove all the mental and physical baggage, create clarity in your life. Right? That's what Crystal and I have been doing for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, so we're we're getting there. Number six, get the tools ready, right? What tools are you using to support you in this 90-day run? If you're getting business from your Instagram or from social media, right? Do you have everything streamlined? Do you have like your scripts already prepared if you're using scripts? If you're closing in the DMs, do you have a sales flow for closing in the DMs? Are you using the 7-stage like flow, right? What are you using? Are you using sales funnels? How are you doing it? Number seven is your start date, right? So I know that we said that in number two, but number seven is like, what day are you going to be like crushing it, like literally going all out, right? And every single day, like it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like take it to the next level. Like push yourself beyond what you're already doing now, if you want to. Number eight, warm up the team, warm up your list, warm up the people that your running partners, warm up the people that are ready to run with you, who are serious and taking action. Number nine, envision the run done, right? Use your imagination, your creativity. Like if you can see it, then it's possible. So use that. Use that for yourself. How is it going to feel after you did a 90-day run? How is it going to feel when you look back at being completely exhausted, burnt out, maybe not burnt out, but you pushed yourself beyond your limits, right? Are you going to reward yourself? Angela right now, re-ranked, right? Re-ranked. Like, what did it take to get there? And not only that, but just also to commend you, right? Like, you're a role model, right? Everyone, again, it's possible. And you have Angela here as one of the lights, one of the guides, one of the individuals and leaders who is showing you that it's possible, right? What has she been doing? Are you studying what she's doing? Are you taking notes? Are you reaching out to her and asking questions, right? Anyone who's ever achieved a level that you haven't achieved yet, have you reached out? Have you humbled yourself and done the work? Always a student, yes. All right, so last one is number 10 is have fun, take action, and believe faster sooner, right? I think that's the key. I think having fun is, or and enjoying the process is really everything. Okay, are you coming here? I need to check the thing. So those are the 10 steps. Whether you want to use them or not, it's up to you. But these are proven steps from Eric Worre. Okay. And however you want to create like these steps again, like it's up to you. But if you're new to a 90-day run, watch the last episode. Welcome to the call.
The baby started waking up.
Oh, really?
So I had to put pillows around her so she didn't fall off. Hey guys. So I wanted to just touch on the winning mentality, right? Like, what does it take to become a winner? What does it take to win during things, right? Just to win in anything, to win in life. I think too often people take quitting, they put quitting on the table like so easily. There are so many people sometimes that are like, I love this stuff. I think it's great. Everyone needs energy, wants to feel good. They need vitamins. They take it anyways. Why not take ones that you can actually feel and you see so many of your friends getting results from, right? And so, they'll start and they'll be like, wow, this is harder than I thought. I shared with like one friend or two friends about it and I had some interest and people wanted to purchase it. And then when I went to the next step, like they went cold, they ignored me, or, they all of a sudden weren't interested, right? And people take that very personally as like a rejection towards themselves. And then they think like, oh, no one wants this. No one wants Thrive, right? No one cares about it. Or like maybe they think it's weird that I'm like sharing something, right? And so a lot of times, like immediately, sometimes I see this and like after one try or two tries or one friend or two friends say they're interested and then they don't purchase or whatever, like people just give up. They're like, this isn't for me. I can't do this. And there's a lack of belief within themselves. And it's not you guys, right? Like if you guys have seen like the sales statistics, it usually takes 5 to 8 touches in order for someone to actually be like, you know what, I'm ready. And most of the time it's never about you, right? It's not about you. It's not anything that people are thinking of you. It really is that like they have a lack of belief, they're not ready yet, or like they're not sure, or maybe funds are tight. Like you never know what's going on behind closed doors or what someone's real reason is for saying one thing and doing another, but it's not you. So when you start to take yourself out of the equation, it's not a personal thing, then you'll start to overcome objections a lot easier. So don't quit and continue keeping that winning mentality. Like, okay, you said no now. That just means no, not right now, not no forever. Like some of you guys didn't even start thriving until like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years later after you heard about it or saw about it and saw everyone doing it, right? Like think about how long it took you to actually take that step forward. And think about how many times someone may have asked you, you haven't seen it, but you were just like, oh, that looks good. I think it would help, but you just weren't ready. So having a winning mentality in anything and everything is going to help you just, overcome these objections and like keep going straight towards your goal.
Yeah. I wanted to challenge a
What
belief.
a challenge.
I wanted to challenge a belief. I know that the statistics say it takes like however many touches before a sale happens, but do you have to believe that?
You don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, so yeah, you can always create whatever beliefs you want, right? You are in control. So when it comes to like the decisions, right? Like the thing that you can't control is how many times it takes for someone to get started, right? So what can you control though? It's your skill set. It's your sales skill. It's you getting better, right? That's why I just point back to you. So like with sales, I don't think we did well in Fire Hour season 1, we had a specific sales training. And then the title of that training is the alpha sales concept. That's something.
I don't remember.
Oh, really?
That's why I
That
was shocked.
I called it the yeah, I created this framework in 2015 and yeah, basically like wow. We never went over this, huh?
Did we?
We did actually. I remember we went over
Maybe
this.
we did. I just didn't remember. That's why I was like, oh, trying to dig in my memory bank.
Jackie says she doesn't remember the name either. It's called the alpha sales concept. Should I
Yeah,
who wants to hear
you
this?
should.
Just kidding.
You should.
The alpha sales concept, if I hear it, I'll know it. Okay. All right. Yes, that's true. Maybe you won't know it though. We'll see.
Lena said
No,
it
just
took her
kidding.
6 months.
Jackie, I think you already know this one. Lena took, okay, 6 months to start.
Yes. So just like how your journey is, someone else's journey maybe.
Yeah, just don't compare yourself to anyone. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. That's it. So when it comes to the alpha sales concept, this is going to tie directly into your 90-day run, okay? And to everything that you do, regardless of if you do a 90-day run or not, right? Sales, there's a framework and a quote. They say sales is life. And the reason why it's because sales to me is just a value exchange. That's it. It's like it's person A has something and person B wants that something. And so they get connected and then that's the value exchange. Whether the person A wants to give or exchange ever for person B, then boom, that's sales right there, right? Closing the deal is different. There's sales and there's closing the deal. And there's many layers and elements to sales, but let's keep everything very simple. Okay. So, and I want to just take a step back real quick. The 90-day run, this is something that I really wanted to share today, especially because we did the 90-day run last episode. Here, go ahead. I'm gonna read that. I know we're getting more people on right now. If your team's not on and they're up, get them on.
Or if they're not up, wake them up.
Or if they're not on, pick them up. Okay, so when it comes to the 90-day run, right? And when it comes to just business in general, but specifically for creating momentum. And momentum is created by a 90-day run. Okay. It's consistent, determined, intentional, purposeful action taken every single day, every moment you have from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to bed, if you go to bed. Okay. So with that being said, the 90-day run, there's going to be three main components that support your 90-day run. And really, it's the fuel that you pour on the fire to make the fire grow bigger. Okay. And the fire is you. Okay. The fire is you. You're the energy. You're the one that's the, the creator, the manifester, the one who is bringing this energy and this momentum and pushing it into reality. Okay. So there's three things. There's marketing, there's sales, and then this right here, this is the magic one, okay? This is where momentum happens because it's not just about you, but it's about who is with you, who's running with you. It's your team, okay? So there's two people I'm going to talk about right now. The first one is the person who has no team at all. They have no partners. They have no one that's accountable to them and they're accountable to. They have no one that they're running with. They don't have any running partners whatsoever. Okay. That's the first person. So what it looks like is maybe you just got started today. Maybe you're thinking about getting started today. Maybe you're getting started tomorrow. Maybe you don't have anyone around you. Maybe you were like me a long time ago where I had no people around me and I just had my vision and I decided to go after it. And then along the way, along my journey, I start to meet people who aligned with that vision. And then from there, we start to grow and expand our team. And then we start to do our run, right? So that's the first person, okay? You are by yourself. You're just getting started on your journey. You are now embarking on this new path, and you are more aware of what you truly desire in life. That right there is person one. You do your 90-day run. Along your 90-day run, you will attract like-minded individuals who align with your vision, who align with the journey and path that you're proceeding on. And then from there, they decide to get started with you. They decide to join you. They decide to create more energy and momentum with you. That is how you start to activate the third pillar, which is your team. Okay. The second person I'm going to talk about is the person who already has a team. You've already been doing the work. You've already been expanding and growing your team. You've already been creating momentum on your own. And along the journey, you've been recruiting and attracting talent, right? Person two is the one that has momentum already. Guess what? That person, this is the point where you go even harder on your marketing and you go even harder on your sales. And then you go harder on growing and attracting and building your team. Because this right here, number three, this is everything. There, there is power in numbers. And so when you have numbers that continue to grow, continue to expand, because like attracts like, right? Because social proof, all these different biases are activating when you have a team, when you have social proof, when you have other people around you, when you have a lot of attention on you, simply because there's much more eyeballs on you, right? There's much more energy and attention around you being attracted to you. That's the magic right here. Number three is because you're moving with numbers. Oh, what is this? Hi. No worries. I didn't know you could do that.
Me neither.
I had no idea. Okay, so number three, again, when it comes to the 90-day run and when it comes to you like running and growing, this right here, when you activate number three, it's about going back to number one, marketing, and then going back to number two, sales, which is, it's getting better at sales because you're gonna have more exposure to more repetitions, right? To sales. So why not get good at like learning the sales skill now, right? Why not get good at getting better at marketing by doing it first, right? Doing it and then studying, like learning, reading, researching, asking questions, right? Getting around people who are marketing, doing all that stuff. And then from there, leading to sales. If you've never been in a sales conversation, never been in a sales discussion, never done any of that stuff, well, guess what? Like if you're in business, sales is part of the game. That's all it is. So just get good at it, right? Anticipate what's to come by getting prepared. And then from there, making it your normal. That right there is how you go from amateur to professional. Okay. So those are the three things. If you just focus on the three pillars, which is marketing, sales, and expanding and growing your team, right? If you do that for 90 days consistently, that right there is how you create momentum. And that's how you go and grow your business and grow your team and grow your results and achieve more results, create more impact. Everything that you have when it comes to your vision and your goals, it comes from these three things basically, especially in network marketing, especially in direct sales, especially in the industry and business that you're in. Okay. So that's just a little, I just wanted to share that because the beauty of this business, of this industry, is that you don't have to worry about the back end. You don't have to worry about the infrastructure. You don't have to worry about overhead expense. You don't have to worry about, like everything else, all the costs and the fees and the legalities and everything, as long as you're compliant.
All the admins, all the different departments. You only need to worry about like who's next? Who's
Yes.
next?
Yeah.
Who can I share this with? Whose life can I change? And if I change their lives and if I share it with them, who are they going to share it with, right? So always marketing and advertising yourself and what you have and who you are as a person, right? Because alongside with sales and marketing comes you, because you are your salesperson, right? So how are you growing and how are you improving in yourself, right? And that's where the personal development comes in, right? Because you are a package. And so when people see you thriving in life and you're happier, you're healthier, you're glowing, you're just doing something new that you've never done before, people will take notice in the change that they see in you, right? So besides marketing and besides sales, it's who are you as a person and who are you becoming? Like, what is this journey that you're going on? Because people will recognize and people will be watching.
100%. Yeah, and then when it comes to like to doing this, like number three as well, right? Just to touch on that again. But when you become someone of a role model, right? What do you think that requires? Does it require more personal development? Does it require more leadership skills? Does it require a different type of mindset? Like there's many different layers to it, but which one is it for you? Which one do you want to work on? So, and the thing is like that happens like as you build and grow your team. So, it's going to be challenging, it's going to be enjoyable, it's going to be fun, but it's going to be something that if you've never done before, it's going to help you grow. It's only going to make you better if you don't quit, right? If you continue to pursue and push forward. So that's why mindset's so important. Okay. That's why, again, like I said before, every single week, you should be working on yourself and getting accountable to a group of people, no matter what. Every single person, especially who's going after big, ambitious goals, like maybe ones that you have, you should be around people who are doing the same thing, who are working on themselves, who are doing leadership development, who are working on their mindset, who are doing the work on themselves, right? And that's every week. If you could do it daily, that's even better. But every week, right? Whatever works for you, just make time for it because it's so important, especially as you climb the ranks, as you grow your business, as you get to different levels. It's going to demand a different version of you. And if you can, I know there's a lot of people on the call today who have been through all the growths, right? And then every single level, there's a different devil, right? So at the next level, you got to overcome that next challenge. And the next challenge continues to get bigger and bigger. And then boom, you keep on going, right? Sometimes it's going to knock you back, but then you just get right back up, right? You don't quit. That's it. So when it comes to like the mindset, it's just as your challenges get bigger, the mindset that you develop, it's going to bring a different version of you. It's going to demand a different version of you, right? New, yeah, Gigi says new levels bring new devils.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the constant improvement of oneself, right? Like imagine if every single day you only faced like the same set of problems every day. Like it's kind of like the same level, the same type of things. Like how are you ever really going to grow? And how are you ever really going to challenge yourself to get to the next level? Like you really wouldn't, right? So whenever I hear like people like complaining or blaming, I'm always like, you need bigger problems. Like the problems that you're talking to me about, it's like you need bigger problems because if that's your biggest problem, like that's the level of growth that you are experiencing right now. And if that to you is that hard, it's like, man, when life really hits you and you didn't ask for it and things happened, you're just going to get knocked out, right? So
Mhm.
get bigger problems because bigger problems is not necessarily an issue. It's a challenge for you to grow. It's a challenge for you to go somewhere that you've never been before and for you to realize that you're fully capable of anything when you're put in that situation.
Yeah, you wouldn't be put in that situation for no reason, right? Word to Biggie. Yeah, if it doesn't push me to evolve and be uncomfortable, I want no part in it.
Yes, and it's so beautiful watching people grow. Like I've watched so many of you over the years grow and evolve and become different people and like rise to different occasions and different challenges, you know? Like Diane just started working out, right? And she was I in all almost 4 or 5 years, I've never seen her hit the gym. And now she's like actually going to the gym and like documenting the process. And so for us to be able to grow together and to watch each other grow, it's like, you're not in a stagnant place with a stagnant community that wants no part of growth, Like the ultimate win here is really, who are you going to become along this journey, right? And I always say, like, may you never reach your destination, because once you reach your destination and you decide to stop because you feel like I'm there, it's like you become complacent, right? And that's just not life. Like, you can say you have a goal and you can hit that goal, and then what next? Like, what after? You're just going to just like sit there? Like, what are you going to do? Like, I do believe as humans, we need challenges, we need adversity. Like, if life was 100% perfect for you and you had anything and everything that you wanted, I really truly don't think that a person would be happy without the growth, without going somewhere continuously. So never think that just because you didn't reach one goal or hit a destination that you should just be complacent and quit. Like, it's not that time. Like, that time is to like push even harder and to really visualize what you want and see it and actually feel it, right? Like, if you actually feel the emotion and feel how you would feel becoming that person that you are deep down inside, that's like fighting to come out, you're never going to quit on yourself, because ultimately it's like, whether you quit here, you quit there, you quit this job, you hop here, you quit this business, you start another business, like, you're still going to take yourself with you. So those same problems and those same challenges in every single group setting or business or goal, you're still going to face them, right? And at some point, you got to look in the mirror and just be like, it's not them, it's me. Like, what can I do? Because the thing is, you can't change a lot of situations or a lot of people around you, but you can change yourself, right? Like, you can change your situation, you can change your mindset, you can change your thinking into having a bigger problem of realizing, like, you know what, maybe it is me and maybe there's something I can do, and let me take ownership and have a winning mentality to actually get over this hurdle, instead of like blaming or complaining, right? Like, that's not going to get you anywhere in life. And it's definitely not going to get you closer towards your goal, because you're not focused on the right thing.
Yes. Yeah. I want to read these.
Yes. Gigi says, I didn't have this mindset prior to Thrive, so I'm glad I realized this, because I can use this as a highlight in my story. Yes, your story matters. People are watching. I don't care if they message you or they don't message you, if you're posting on social media and they don't like or they don't comment or they don't DM you. They are watching you, right? They're watching you. They're watching your evolution. They're watching your growth, and you will inspire people. Sometimes people just don't want to, like, they're shy, or maybe they're just unsure, and you will trigger something within people as you start to grow as a person. And whether they come at you positively or negatively, that has nothing to do with you and your growth. And Angela says, the story you tell yourself matters most. My story is a story of gratitude and living life passionately, heart-centered, and with love, growth, and wisdom. You versus you. Stay humble. And yes, at every single level, when you hit a goal, guess what? There's going to be another one. So if you humble yourself and you're grateful for what you've been able to accomplish, and you realize, like, that's not it, there's still more to be had out there, you're going to go to the next level. And yeah, there's going to be times where you feel like, man, I was so advanced here, and now I got to start over, or I got to start to another goal. And it's like, it's a very humbling experience, because you might have been an expert in this, but when you go to your next goal, guess what? You are no longer that expert anymore. And if you want to stay complacent and be like, I'm good here, great, right? This might not be the group for you, you guys, because we're always going to push each other, because we see each other and we see the light within each other and the capabilities we each have. So we're always going to push you, like, what's next? What's next? What else can you do? And you will have to humble yourself, because you might be an expert in this, but now when you start over at that next level, you are no longer there. So if you don't have humility to be able to be like, I'm okay with not being the greatest at this, but I am going to be the greatest at that next goal, like the beginning of the next goal, then you're going to be able to like keep having that winning mentality and keep going, right? And then Gigi said that part, I realized things kept happening because I allowed it. Yes. And it could be good things or it could be bad things, right? And sometimes it's bad things. And we're so busy pointing fingers that we don't point the finger at ourselves and say, wait, what part do I have in this? Do I know better? Yeah, I do know better. So if I know better, why am I not being better and just like pointing fingers and shifting blame, right? Like you have to take accountability. And at every single stage, there's going to be different levels of accountability that you take within yourself to be like, this is mine. I'm going to take ownership. I'm going to take accountability. I am the leader of my own ship, and I'm not going to just depend or rely on other people to get me there, right? Like it's on you, right? And Nico says, perspective. Our thoughts create our reality. And it does, right? Like you can walk out in a beautiful day and you can be like, oh my goodness, like I have all these problems. I have no time. I have like da 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 da. Like you can say that, right? Or you can be the other person that walks out and is like, oh my goodness, it's a beautiful day. It's a new start. What adventure am I going to get myself in today? It's all perspective. Like there's negative and there's positive in everything, but it's like, what do you choose to see? Because what you choose to see is what you chose, not your situation, not anyone else. It's what you decided to choose, what you decided to see, and how you're going to continue to perceive life, right? And if you're around negative people, like, guess what? It's going to rub off on you because it's just association.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, got some fire. It's gonna be your birthday tomorrow. Just heads up. All right. So that's great. Look, Callan says that was powerful. Gigi says, while everyone is complaining about the rain here in the Midwest, I'm like, rain brings new things.
It does. It
Mm,
brings growth. And then when the sun comes out, everything starts growing. And sometimes we need rain. We need like water to water the plants. We need something, growth.
yeah,
So true.
yeah.
It's perspective. It's all perspective. And it's on you, right? Because you can be faced with like the toughest challenges that you didn't ask for, and things are going to happen outside of what you can control because you're not in control. And it's like, how are you going to see it, right? Like, how are you going to see what happens for you? Like, is it happening to you? Are you a victim of your own life? Or is it happening for you to ask, you said you wanted this? Are you ready for it? Are you really ready for it? Right? Because if you're ready for it, then you're ready to take on the challenges that come with it, you know? Um,
Yeah, that reminds me of the hero's journey, right? In let's see, Fire
you're
Hours.
the one that keeps track of seasons. So if you lose it, I won't know.
My head. Fire Hour season 3, episode 1, the hero's journey. So I think step 3 of the hero's journey, I'm gonna look it up. But step 1 or step 2 or step 3 of the hero's journey is the call to adventure. And in the call to adventure, it's kind of like what Crystal was saying. If you said and stated and you put your intention on, you know what, this is what I want in my life, this is what I'm ready for, this is what I desire, then the call to adventure activates. And then from there, that's where you meet a guide, or you meet a person, or you have a door that is presented to you. And do you walk through that door? Do you go with that? Do you follow the guide? Like, what do you do? Do you take action on that new adventure? It's kind of like life is testing you. Like, do you really want it? Right? Well, are you going to go for it? Oh, let me look it up too. What?
I see you've pulled up the sales process.
Yeah, my book.
Okay, Angela says our thoughts dictate how we behave. Consciousness notices how you feel. This becomes your personality. It's important to be around an environment that gives us new thoughts and visions. Thoughts will lead to an optimistic emotional experience. You just need inspired new thoughts. Look forward. Yes, absolutely. Your environment dictates where you're going and who you're going to become, right? So, I know that a lot of us, we don't have the same friends anymore, right? Like, think about it at every single stage or every single level in your life. Your environments, where you live, where you grew up, who you grew up around, like, you're going to constantly evolve and change. Like, look back to some of the old circles that you used to hang around, right? Like, what are they doing now? Probably the same thing that they were doing before, but you're no longer doing that because you want something different. And when you want something different, you grow as a person. And I'm not saying to, leave people behind. It's just different stages, and you can be okay with the stage where you're at without really necessarily leaving them behind. It's just a relationship that you had with people. It changes over time as you evolve, right? So, as you start to evolve, you're going to start to notice that you're going to start to make new friends. You're going to start to be in different environments. You're going to start doing different things that you never done before, and people are watching you and they're like, wow, like they will be inspired, and some will be like, and then some will be like, oh, they changed, like, yeah, I changed, like I didn't work this hard to not change and to stay the same, so thank you, I have changed, right? It's a compliment.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to a good friend of mine yesterday about this, and he talks about like you're the average of the five people that you hang out with, right? So who you associate with is who you become. Now, when it comes to this this mindset, this personal development, this frame, you don't have to be like stop being friends with the friends that you have. Like it's just that if you go into business and you start to learn about mindset, you start to learn about personal development, you start to pursue your bigger ambitions, right? That demand a different version of you. The current friends or that circle of group that you have, if they're not into that, then that's totally fine, right? Seek and attract and find those who are aligned. That's it. You don't have to worry about like cutting people off. Like don't do that. Don't burn bridges. Like never burn bridges. Like there really is no purpose, like depending on what it is, right? Angela says that's I don't know how many zeros that is percent. I still have my rooted friends for 3 decades.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yes.
they've been with
Good job.
you. They've grown with you. Like they're still important people in your life, whether they're thriving or not, or whether, they're not coming along with you for this journey, right? It doesn't matter. Like your relationship may change with some people, like it may not be the same, but at the same time, like you can still have the same friends that you had before, because what you had before and the love that you have for each other, it's still always going to be there, you know? Um, yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, I'll tell you this too, right? The world is so small, okay? I'm telling you right now, the world is small. So there's two things with that, and we'll get to the alpha sales concept. There's two things to that. The first one is don't play short term, okay? There are short-term goals that you should hit, but that doesn't mean that you should have a short-term mindset, right? Life is long. Life is long. So play the long game, okay? So when it comes to people, I'm gonna ask you guys a question, right? How long in your life do you think you'll be connecting and networking with other people? The answer is for the rest of your life, right? So why are you going to cut off people that you've built relationships with and they're good people, right? They just don't have the same alignment in terms of the mindset or the vision or the ambition, right? So you don't need to cut them off. You don't need to burn that bridge. All you have to do is continue on your journey and then from there attract. Number three, third pillar, attract and build and grow your team, right? Through momentum. So that's why it's so important. Like, don't like when people say to like, there's people out there who just haven't done the work and or they just don't know. That's all it is. So, but when they do hear this and they're open-minded and they're a student and they're working on themselves and they're coachable and they're like open to change and open to growth, then boom, like maybe this changes their entire framework, changes their entire mindset. I had the same experience. I thought that I had to cut off everyone because they weren't aligned with my vision, my goals. This was over a decade ago. I just didn't know better. That was it. But once I started to learn and I had a different frame introduced, then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, why not have more friends, right? And people that actually love and care about you, right? Why not? So, yeah, what Angela said, yes. Like, if you have, friends that are decades long of a relationship with you, that's amazing, right? Like, kudos to you. Nico says, yes, I oh, wholeheartedly agree with this. Very nice. Gigi says you can be the one to lead them to the path. Exactly. By being the role model, by being you. The best project you'll ever work on is you. Let your work, your results do the talking for you. right? That's what Chris always says. Go ahead. Add into this.
Angela says, here's what people don't see. Um, I was always very optimistic and positive, so Thrive just enhanced that. So you find someone like me, they become more fulfilling, useful, resourceful, open, willing. They are powerful people. We are good people. And yes, like you always want to surround yourself around people that are optimistic and always have like that great take on life, right? They're always happy, they're always smiling, like they're just unbothered, they're just unbothered by life, because those type of people are going to be the ones that rub off on you, and you're going to start to become that, right? So that's what this group is about. That's what this community is about. It's about growth. It's about leadership development. It's about ownership of your own life, and like, what is in it for you? Who are you going to become, right? Like, there's going to be so many things that are going to happen in a really quick time if you allow it to, right? And your perspective on life and your community and your own efforts within your personal journey is what's going to take you to the next level. You want people to say, you've changed. You want people to say, hey, I've noticed that you're different now. And whether they say it in a way that feels good or doesn't feel good, like, great, that means you're changing and people are taking notice. Um, and she said, and Angela says, this is what I look for in people: optimism. Gigi said, unbothered ASF. Nico said, man, this fire hour is hitting home.
Let me share with one thing then. Yeah, especially when you spot it, right? If you are feeling it, if something is like reaching out to you or speaking to you, or you notice something, or you feel it, it's hitting home, all these things, like what do? Let your learning lead to action, okay? Like knowledge unused, what does that do? What does it do for you? Nothing, right? So you got to apply the knowledge, apply the learning, apply the study, apply what you are learning, and let it lead to action. Then you can really truly feel like it's hitting home and truly feel like it's bringing results in, okay?
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
I was waiting for you. I was like, are you having problems staying?
No.
All right.
Okay, so go ahead.
Username Thrive says 100% different people on different levels. Don't block your own blessings. I do believe different people bring different blessings into your life. Yes, right? Like, we are all different. Like, we bring something different to the table, right? And so what can you learn from someone who's different, right? What do they bring to the table? What can you learn from them, right? Like, educate yourself on anything and everything, even if it's different and it's something that you're not sure of or you don't recognize. Because I always say, like, there's always something that you can learn from everyone. Like, every time I have an interaction with someone, I'm always like, what can I learn from this person? And I ask them a lot of questions because I'm naturally curious. So I'm always asking questions. And when I learn something new, or I find a different perspective that someone brought to me, I'm like, wow, that was really good, right? So always remaining a student, always remaining humble, and understanding that everyone has something to bring. Everyone is of value and has value to add to your life. Whether you discover it or not, that's on you and the questions that you ask and how open you are.
Yeah, that's true. And then yeah, so just we'll I know there's like 10 minutes left, but so going back to the hero's journey, right? The call to adventure is step one. So I was incorrect earlier. But the call to adventure is step one. And so going back to that, right? If you feel like, you're ready for something, you're ready for change, if you feel like you desire a bigger life ahead, whatever the case may be for you, okay? That's kind of like the beginning to activate the call to adventure, because you're making a change in your status quo. You're making a change in your current situation. So the call to adventure is that. The step two is what I really wanted to talk about for that specifically, is the refusal of the call. Okay. So when you say that you're ready for change, and you say that you're ready for something different, and you're ready for a different path, you're ready to manifest and create a different reality for yourself. Step two is refusal of the call. Do you say yes or no? Do you take action or not? Do you open the door that's presented to you or not? Do you walk through it? What do you do? If you don't do anything or you say no, then that is the refusal. You're saying no to that adventure. You're saying no to that opportunity. You're saying no to that path. So that's the difference right there, okay? When it comes to you, when people talk to you about, getting started with Thrive or getting started with, life change or whatever the case may be, okay? That's them activating their call to adventure. How many of you have talked to someone else and they're like, I'm ready to thrive, and then they don't get started? It's that right there. It's a refusal of the call. It's a refusal of the adventure, okay? That's all it is. That doesn't mean that they're gonna be a no forever, right? It's just not now. It might not even be a part of the path. Who knows? But there's billions of people in the world, okay? So don't worry about that one person, right? Mindset, perspective. There are so many people in the world. There's someone else who deserves to get started with you, who is deserving actually of it, right? Who actually is aligned completely with it. They might just be the next person you talk to. Who knows, right? So don't, like what Crystal was saying earlier, like don't, when you're facing the adversity and you're facing objections and you're facing all these different challenges on your journey, right? With building your business, it's a numbers game, and it's also about people too, right? And so don't worry about it. Like continue to move forward. If you waste your energy and time dwelling on someone who didn't get started with you, even if it's someone that's a loved one, even if it's someone that's your best friend, even if it's someone that's so close to you, even if it's your husband or wife or your partner or significant other or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. It will affect you, but what can you do about it, right? Just move on. Help someone who wants it. The billionaire Charlie Munger says, to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. The world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. So what does that mean? It means that the person who gets what they want, who gets what they desire, has deserved it, has earned it through work, hard effort, etc. Right? Look that up. I know that quote verbatim because my mentor drilled it in my head. So, anyways, yeah, and yes, Angela says you got to feel worthy. That's so true. That's so true, Angela.
Because people can feel that on you too, right? Like if you have doubt in yourself, people are going to see that. And when they see that, they're going to be like, well, if this person's doubting themselves, like, should I be doubting them too? Because they're unsure of themselves, right? And this person may have a killer skill set and they may be really, really great at what they do. But because they doubt themselves and overthink things, no one's going to trust them just because that's the energy that you're giving out, right? Like that you don't trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, who's going to trust you? Sherry says, I'm about to do an in-person consultation with the client who needs my help to sign up her husband's account. I'm excited and nervous. I love it. Belly to belly is so amazing. And it's so great that you can see them and help them sign up, because when they see you and they see your excitement and they see your passion, they're going to be like, wow, like it's infectious, right? Like they're going to be excited, and they might not know what they're excited about or excited for, but they're excited. And I feel like one of the best hype people out there too is Twin. Like when I first started this business 5 years ago, she was so excited. She was like, you were going to get that VIP. You were like, this is meant for you. Like you can do this. You can hit the next rank. You can hit the next goal. And I'm like, what? Like, how can I do that? I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but because she was so excited for me and for the team and just so excited in life, I was excited. I was like, I don't know what I'm excited for, but I'm freaking excited, right? And so like that energy rubs off on people, and that excitement, that belief, that confidence, it's going to take you somewhere, right? And she says, and Twin says, Twin's been in this industry for what? And she's been doing this for what? 7 years now, 7+ years now. So she's seen them all, like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, right? So there are so many people who have succeeded in this industry that have had no support from family. Yes. And Gigi, you needed to see that. It's true. It is so true. Like sometimes the people that are closest to you will not be the ones that support you in this business. And it may not necessarily be you that they don't support. It's just they have no idea or they don't understand what you're doing. And because they're not the type of people to do something new and put themselves out there for under the microscope to be judged, like they may not understand what you're doing. Like in this business, like we've seen hubbies and boyfriends take away their girlfriends and their wives' credit cards so they couldn't buy vitamins to support themselves for energy and health. Like we've seen it all. We've seen like the hate over time. We've seen people that are incredibly talented, who are loving what they're doing, get pulled away from this community or this business just because someone doesn't support them, or the people closest to them around them are like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know why you think you're like, changing. Like, I don't think, and that's the thing. Like, you have to recognize that this is not for anyone else but yourself. Like, why are you doing this? Right? Like, do you know who you are? Are you aware of who you are and what you want out of life? And are you strong enough to be able to make a decision for yourself as a grown adult, to be able to take a chance on yourself, right? Like this is what you want to do. It's not what anyone else wants to do. You're going to have to live with the decisions you make regardless whether if people support you or not for the rest of your life. It's your life and that's what it is, right?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Definitely.
sometimes you won't feel supported, and that's okay because you have a community, you have other people to lean on, you have other people to talk to, and we've been there, we've done that. We've seen it time and time again, people buying stuff and then hiding it, right? But I mean, when people go shopping, I know like sometimes wives go shopping, right? And they have to hide their shopping bags from their husbands and stuff. Like it's the same thing, you know? I wouldn't know about that, but that's what I've heard. It's not about being chosen. It's about answering your calling. We all have purpose here. Yes, we all have a purpose, and you have to feel worthy. What
Oh,
quote?
Charlie Munger. Just put billionaire, just Google billionaire Charlie Munger, and it'll pop up. Angela says it's authority.
Confidence and self-worth, it has to go hand in hand. Yes, if
Mm,
you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in you.
yeah. Trust is pivotal. Yeah. Oh, perfect. I love the comments. Go ahead.
Yes. Angela says twin is still my fave. She still turns me on. Yes. And every time there's a new person, I'm like, you got to meet twin. You got to meet twin. She's like the hype person. I'm always like, go meet her, go see her. Right. Like we all have skills and gifts, right? Like who from your community needs to talk to who? They need to be excited. Go talk to Twin. Go talk
Mhm.
to Angela. They need this, they need that. You'll find the person within this community to help that new person you're bringing on, right?
Yeah, that's the power of team. Okay. Pillar number three, team, right? That is everything right there. It's teamwork makes the dream work 100%.
Verge says, some of my closest friends still won't get on, but at least they tried. Yes, at least they tried it. And then it's like, next, who's next? Who's next? Right?
Yeah.
Sherry says, just love the fact that I get to be home with my babies, and this is a plus in this business. Yes,
Um,
absolutely. This is something that you can do part-time, full-time, or on top of your full times and your full times while at home maintaining a home with kids, right?
or
And
all
that's
the
the
time.
beauty of it. Um, LOL, we actually have seen it all. Twin, yes. Wifeys hiding their patches from their hubbies. Thrive is that good. Yes, and Lena says that was me. Verge says you have to go for no and not take it personal. A no now is not a no forever, but there are so many people that need this. So focus on pouring into them. Look for the lookers. Don't try to convince people that, are not for it because you're just going to spend so much time and energy on someone that does not care instead of spending your time and energy looking for the lookers and for the people that are open. I gotta go. Maybe you should go through
Oh
the
my
sales
God.
process.
I know,
I'm gonna
baby.
go check upstairs real quick.
Like Amazon boxes, shove it down the closet. Okay. Nobody should be in that type of relationship. Yes, I agree with you, Alex. She's fun. I love blue, very blue. Yeah, twin, you know what? Like going back to, seven, like you've been in 7 years now. So you don't see a lot of people who have been in the industry who have stuck around for that long in one company. Okay. So that is huge. That's a milestone in itself. Not just about like the impact that you've created, but also the fact that you've stuck and stayed and you've like been on this intentional journey with one company. and that's everything. And you made it from the bottom to the top. So like kudos to you, like shout out to you. And literally everyone should get in touch with you who wants to get like who wants to know and learn more about your journey. Because I'm telling you right now, like when I started in network marketing in 2013, like I've seen so many people, even at the top of their companies, just hop over, switch over. Like they just dabble into different companies. And then there's behind there's like closed door deals that happen in this industry all the time. Okay. I've seen all of that. And I know people who've done that. And I know people who've been presented opportunities. I've even been presented opportunities. And the thing is that like it doesn't make any sense for you to do it. I'm telling you right now, like as you analyze this business and you start to learn more about what Thrive has to offer, there is no better place in this industry. There really is no better place. I don't know if you want to share anything about that, Twin.
Okay. Hi, good morning, Rise and Thrive. No, it's so funny that you're talking about that because Jackie and I were just talking the other day, and then they said, I think it was Amanda that told her that was like, people get burnt out like the 4 and 5 year mark, right, in this industry because come on, you guys, if we're doing a call every single week, and we do go over a lot of the same things, right? And our job is basically to do the same things over and over and over and over again, right? So doing that for like 4 years, 5 years, and especially if you're not seeing the kind of momentum that other people are seeing, you're gonna probably think like, oh, this business isn't working. But I want you guys to really take back, like, what are we actually doing here, right? Like, number one, we're using the products every single day, like every single day, right? I feel like every time I pick up a product and I'm not sharing about it, I feel like I'm almost like losing money. Number two, this is a free business, you guys. Like, I don't know how, like, there are people that stopped working and then come back 5 years later, and they're still within that 5 years of them not working, they're still getting a paycheck, which is crazy to me, right? Which is freaking crazy to me. It's like, so why would you ever quit a free business, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but if someone's giving me something for free every single month, like residually, every single week residually, like I'm gonna take it, right? But going back to that, like it's a free business. And I think that the most common thing that I see that people that do switch companies are the people that are really not invested in the products, right? Or the people that really don't take the products. I've seen multi-million dollar earners in this business, and then they switch companies, and then they talk shit about Thrive. They talk shit about the company, but at the end of the day, those are the people that were never really on the product in the first place. And this is why when people do tend to jump companies, not very many people follow them, you guys. And the people that do follow them are the ones that are not using the product. My loyalty is with the product. I mean, if I don't make $1 off these products or this company, and if the CEO anything, I'm still going to be on the products for the rest of my life because it has changed my life, right? So if you can wake up every single day with that mindset, like you're not going to be bothered by other things, right? You're not going to be bothered by people telling you, oh, the products doesn't work. Clearly it does if I'm still fucking taking it every single day, right? You're not going to be bothered by people saying this is a pyramid, this and this and this. Is because when I started, I mean, Ollie was my like number one hater, like the biggest hater, right? He straight up told me, he's like, you're losing weight because you're starving yourself. I'm like, bitch, like, really? I've been starving myself for the last 6 years, and did anything happen? No, right? But when I started like healing my gut, doing all this stuff, then it started working. My biggest hater. So when people talk about like husbands and hubbies and stuff, I'm just like, I know too well. And I remember him saying that to me, and I remember thinking, like, you're not even on the products. Like, why do you deserve to tell me how I'm feeling, right? Why do you think you can tell me like what these products are doing for me when you're not even taking it? So yeah, I mean, so it's also funny to me, right? Because you guys really have to like, it all goes down to the products, really. It all goes down to how you're feeling, what it's done for you. And if you can share that every single day and you can be confident in that, your vibe is going to be different. Your energy is going to be different. The way you deliver your message is going to be different, right? So yeah. And I want to say one last thing. Shun and Crystal, I know she's not here. I'm so proud of you guys. Like, thank you so much for hosting this. Sometimes I get on and I didn't even take my Thrive yet, but I just love listening to you guys. And I'm so grateful that, you know, you do this every single week for the team, right? Because you really don't have to, right? I mean, no one has to get on here. No one has to get on here at 6 in the morning. No one has to talk at 6 in the morning. No one has to do anything at 6 in the morning, right? But you guys do. So I am proud that you guys show up, and I am so grateful for you guys. So yeah, thanks for letting me speak.
Thank you so much for hopping on and sharing, and thank you for the appreciation. We truly appreciate it. So yeah, there's so much to dive into that as well, like what you shared. That could be for another episode. But thank you again. And again, for everyone who doesn't know, like if it wasn't for Twin saying yes to the call to adventure, if it wasn't for her going through the fire, through these challenges and overcoming them, like who would be here today? Right? So, and that's why I'm saying, like, especially when you go to Thrivepalooza and you see her, like, get in touch or connect. Sorry for bringing like a bunch of people to you, but just have fun and enjoy it. Okay. So shout out to you. Thank you. Okay. Last thing, I know that we're going over, but when it comes, and there's so many amazing comments. Okay. I see it all. I just don't, I want to respect everyone's time, but this, you know, like this is the beauty of the community. Okay. And just to touch on one thing that she shared, like the product is the foundation of this business, of this company. If you are not in love with taking your Thrive every single day, or you're just starting and you're starting to learn about it, right? Starting to enjoy the process, starting to grow, maybe going through like whatever journey and changes that is happening in your life, in your body, especially, right? Like that's part of the process right there. But when you fall in love with taking the products because of how you feel, the experience, your Thrive experience of how it helps you, how it benefits your life, how it benefits the people in your life, etc. Like I'm telling you right now, that's the first foundation. And then from there, the second foundation is, you know, the people. Is the people is the I'm sorry, the business side of things, which is the opportunity, a free opportunity, no overhead expense, right? And everything else that she shared. And then the third thing, the third pillar of the foundation of the business, of the company, is the people, is the community. And that's everything, okay? Are you okay?
I did find her on the floor.
Are you okay? Say here, say I, say am, say Rich. I am happy. Okay. All right. Anyways, I wanted to get that on video. Um, so last thing, alpha sales concept. I know that I've been giving you guys the runaround about it. But you know, thank you guys for hosting Fire Hour. Thank you. No, thank you so much for the appreciation
Thank
for
you for showing up. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your love. Thank you
Yes.
guys.
Yeah, thank you all because it if you guys aren't here, then there is no Fire Hour, right? So it takes everyone. It takes two to tango. It takes all of us to pour into this. And the framework, like sometimes you need Fire Hour and sometimes Fire Hour needs you, right? Fire Hour is not possible without you, right? Without you showing up at 6 a.m., without you showing up at 3 a.m., without you showing up at whatever time it is, okay? So wherever you're at in life, wherever you're at in the world, it doesn't matter. Like Fire Hour is here and it's going to be here for as long as we can continue to do this. So maybe we'll be doing the podcast next. Show up and show out. Yes. So alpha sales concept, just real quick, and then we'll cover it. We'll cover sales on the next episode, okay?
Yeah.
Or whichever one you want to do. We can do marketing or sales, but I think we've covered a lot of marketing already. So
Yeah.
in previous episodes, but yeah, sales.
Do sales.
Yeah, let's do sales, okay? And I have an ebook that I created in 2017, actually. I created this ebook in 2017, and it's an entire, the reason why I created it is because it's about training. It's about training your team for sales specifically, okay? That is everything when it comes to sales. Sales is one of the first skills I actually learned when I first started learning about business. I actually got like, I drilled it down and I learned from multimillionaires for sales. And so all the things that I'm going to share on the next episode is about sales and what I've learned, but not just learned, but actually used and applied to make money, okay, to generate income, to generate revenue. And these are sales concepts and principles that are timeless. But the alpha sales concept in a nutshell, and we'll go over it more in detail for next episode, is it's not about the client or person or someone who you're talking to get started, okay? About them leading you, okay? It's about leaders and followers, okay? Sometimes in the sales process, you are the follower in the conversation. You are the follower in the sales conversation. That's not where you want to be. Okay. The alpha sales concept is all about you positioning yourself to be the leader in the sales conversation. That's what it is. And you can become the leader and position yourself in the leader role every single sales discussion, every single sales conversation that you have. And it makes a huge difference because what you'll experience when you actually experience it is sales coming in easier. Is the sales process a lot easier. It's almost frictionless when you do it correctly. And that's the whole point of the alpha sales concept. It's about you being the alpha in the sales conversation. It's about you being the leader in that conversation. You are the guide to the person who's going on the call to adventure, who said yes, who's deciding on taking the next step, who's ready for change, who is taking action, massive action on their next step in their life. You are the guide. You are the one who is going to show them the path. You are the one that is the role model. You are the one that has been through the pitfalls, has been through the mistakes, has learned the lessons, and you are just here lending a helping hand, but a hand that is firm, a hand that is solid, a hand that is saying, if you come with me, you will get to your goals. If you come with me, you will get to your reality that you want to manifest. If you come with me, your path and your life will be a lot less frictionless or a lot less harder. But it's going to be more challenging. It's going to continue to get challenging. Every level has a different devil, right? It's going to continue to get better, but it's about you becoming the best version of yourself along the journey, right? But that's what it is, okay? So, and there's a proven, this at least from in my experience, there's a proven path and proven steps to do and to follow in order for you to activate the alpha sales concept, in order for you to establish authority and dominance, in order for you to establish being that guide, that mentor, that person that's saying, come with me and I'll show you the way. Come with me and I'll help you out, right? That's what it is. So there's basically 5 steps, okay? But we'll go over it on the next episode. Get your entire team on. Again, the 3 steps for the 90-day run that you're going to be intentionally focused on is marketing, sales, and expanding and growing your team. Everything in between under the umbrella of brand, your personal brand, is activated when you follow these 3 things, okay? So I hope, yeah, I really loved this episode today. I loved the engagement. I love the impact that was created. Twin for sharing everything that you are all here doing, you know? You guys are.
Rodney said, thank you for not being normal.
Thank you. Shout out to you.
We ain't normal.
We ain't normal. So, and this is not normal. And guess what? It's good. All right. It's good to not be normal. All right. Let's walk the road less traveled. Let's take the path that's not journeyed. Let's do something different in this life that we have. Let's create and make and just live the best life that's possible. All right. So it's up to you. You just got to make it happen. All right. Next episode, get everyone on. Sales is something that you're going to use every single day. If you're in the DMs, you're using sales. If you're marketing, you're using sales. If you are talking to someone belly to belly in person, you're using sales. Sales is always activated. Road less traveled. Listen to it. Yes. Yes. And take the road less traveled. Everyone here has taken the road less traveled. Everyone here has said yes to opportunity. Everyone here said yes to change. Everyone said yes to a different path. What are you going to do with this yes? What are you going to do moving forward? April, right? We have April now. April, fire month, all right? Fire. Let's get it, all right? Have fun. Have an amazing day. Crush it. Dominate your path. We will see you on the next episode. We're going to talk about sales, all right? And we're gonna reference the book that I created. And it's just, again, practical, step-by-step, tactical, actionable results that you will get from this. All right. So let's make it happen. Have an amazing day. Want to say bye? Say bye. Say bye. She's saying bye.
Say bye. Bye. We love you.
Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace out. Love you all. Take care.
Bye.